Mitakuye Oyasin. We are all related. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The entire world is one single family. Ubuntu. I am what I am because of who we all are. Wir sind allen gleich. We are all the same. 4 different sayings, 4 different regions, one common message. We are all part of the same single human family. It's something we all believe. It's the reason we're here today. And behind these curtains stands a group of pioneers in the field of intercultural collaboration that each believe this to their core. They are working to bridge intercultural gaps in new and exciting ways. This is the Intercultural Innovation Award.
Intercultural understanding and tolerance are vital for peace and sustainable development. Let us support these winners so they can expand their activities and so others can be inspired. We live in a time of profound transformation, economic, demographic, political, and social, and environmental. The challenges are considerable, so are the opportunities. We have to seize these opportunities.
Today, we celebrate those who believe that a more cohesive and inclusive world is not only possible, but indispensable.
On behalf of the BMW Group, we look forward to supporting your projects and watching as your ideas turn into accomplishments in the months and years ahead. And we will continue to offer our support, not only today, but tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Einen wunderschönen guten Abend und herzlich willkommen in Wien.
السيدات والسادة الضيوف الكرام، مساء الخير وأهلا بحضراتكم في فيينا. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure and honor to welcome you in Vienna.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with me is Jasmine Tahazaki. And together we will guide you through this very special evening titled Keys to the World, Vienna in Music.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and a pleasure to be with you tonight, and certainly a great pleasure to be with Mercedes Echer.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor that we are allowed now to present you 3 very specific welcome speeches. And the floor now is to His Excellency, Vice Chancellor and Federal Minister for European and International Affairs of the Republic of Austria, Michael Spindelecker.
Mr. Secretary General of the United Nations, dear Mrs. Ban, foreign ministers, high representatives, presidents, officials, ladies and gentlemen, it is really a great pleasure for me to welcome you to Keys to the World, Vienna in Music and the Intercultural Innovation Award, organized on the eve of the 5th Global Forum of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations, which will open tomorrow at the Hofburg in Vienna. Here and tonight, we are going to celebrate the finalists of this year's BMW Group Award for Intercultural Innovation. We are going to honor the commitment and dedication of these individuals who have initiated outstanding projects that helped building bridges among cultures and communities. This exemplary partnership of the UNAOC with the private sector identifies every year innovative and sustainable projects around the world that encourage dialogue and cooperation among people from different cultural backgrounds. What we are trying to achieve within the UNAOC is to bring people together from all four corners of the world. We are giving them a platform where they can present their cultures, share their visions, and thus contribute to a better understanding of who they and who we all really are. Now I wish you all a very interesting and enjoyable evening. Thank you very much.
Ich danke schön.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Schwindeleger. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming His Excellency, the United Nations Secretary General, His Excellency, Mr. Ban Ki-moon.
Your Excellency, Vice Chancellor Schwindeleger, and Your Excellencies, distinguished heads of state and government, honorable ministers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor and for me to be here with you on the eve of opening of United Nations Alliance of Civilizations. This is for the first time for me to stand and say something in the Opera House. I used to come to this Folks Theater when I was ambassador here in Vienna. And I'm just very much nervous to say something where only opera singers used to sing, and I have been enjoying in your praises. I know that we have a distinguished world-class opera singer, Placido Domingo, here, and I was very much pleased to see him together with us. Let's welcome him. Let us see how well I sing today. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it's a great pleasure and honor for me to be here with you. Responsible leadership, the theme of this year's forum of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations, is often what makes the difference between discord and harmony. Leadership can come from many quarters, from heads of government to school children. It involves setting examples, standing by principles, and being prepared to swim against the prevailing currents if that is what it takes. I commend the leadership shown by the BMW Group in supporting this award and the projects that are being recognized. The United Nations is increasingly expanding its partnership with the business and civil society, for only by engaging all will we create the future we want. The creative solutions being showcased tonight hold lessons for all communities and for organizations such as the United Nations. I hope they can greatly benefit the work of the Alliance. Intercultural understanding and tolerance are vital for peace and sustainable development. The Alliance has been created to further those ends. Tomorrow's forum of Alliance of Civilization is another welcome opportunity to explore how we can build enduring bridges among religions and cultures. We must ensure that the ideas that emerge translate into action that can make a real difference, especially where tension or conflict exists. The stories we will hear tonight are exceptional. Let us support these winners, these leaders, so they can expand their activities and so others can be inspired to follow their lead. We live in a time of profound transformation, economic, demographic, political, and social, and environmental. The challenges are considerable, so are the opportunities. We have to seize these opportunities. To achieve a more equitable, prosperous, and sustainable world, We need to work together from a basis of mutual respect. Responsible leadership can provide this foundation. The United Nations Alliance of Civilization is committed to supporting and nurturing responsible leadership in all communities, cultures, and religions. I encourage you all to take inspirations from the forum and return fortified to your communities to help us create a harmonious world. And I thank you very much for your commitment and leadership. Let us work together to build a society, to build a world where every man, all the men and women, regardless of what you are doing, regardless of where you are coming, regardless of what kind of background you are bringing, can live in peace and harmony and with dignity. I thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you to His Excellency Ban Ki-moon.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. Now, the Intercultural Innovation Awards ceremony is about to begin. We hope you enjoy it, and it's going to be hosted by Chris Bascinelli. Enjoy.
Mitakuye Oyasin. We are all related. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The entire world is one single family. Ubuntu. I am what I am because of who we all are. Wir sind allen gleich. We are all the same. 4 different sayings, 4 different regions, one common message. We are all part of the same single human family. It's something we all believe. It's the reason we're here today. And behind these curtains stands a group of pioneers in the field of intercultural collaboration that each believe this to their core. They are working to bridge intercultural gaps in new and exciting ways. Just as the sun shines its light on our oceans, the United Nations is shining its light on this stage here tonight. And as the oceans reflect that sun up to the mountains so that we may see their beauty, so too must we reflect the lights of this Volkstheater to illuminate the wonderful work of these initiatives. They in turn will share that light by scaling their projects up and replicating them throughout the world. This is the Intercultural Innovation Award, a partnership between BMW Group and the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations. The award provides funding and support to initiatives working in the field of intercultural collaboration. We've received hundreds of applications. We've narrowed the field to 10, each of whom is standing on this stage right now, and each of whom you will hear from in one brief moment. I like the enthusiasm, and I want you to keep that excitement up. If you see a project that you like, speak up. Find the awardees after the presentation. We want you to be engaged. We want you to find partnerships, because this forum is not only about creating awareness, it's about taking concrete action with results that we can measure. So without any further ado, please help me welcome to the stage His Excellency, President Jorge Sampaio, who will get us started on this magnificent journey.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am really thrilled to join you on this stage for the 2013 Intercultural Innovation Awards ceremony. Let me first of all ask you to give a big hand, another one, a big hand to all the winners, a very select group of amazing young people who developed innovative grassroots projects that promote dialogue and intercultural understanding. Let's do it again. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I don't think anyone nowadays needs to be persuaded that the basic rule for preventing deadly conflict is simply don't start it. But the second rule is conflict prevention. And the key point is to fully understand the conflict prevention toolbox in each specific situation and develop it in an innovative way. This includes, of course, soft power tools as the projects that are recognized today, and they are, of course, outstanding examples. These projects are precisely an example on how small changes in circumstances can contribute to global peace and prosperity and therefore make a difference. Let me thank very, very much the BMW Group for its vision and support to this initiative and for making this award happen. And of course, congratulations to you all. Thank you very much. It's a great moment for the Alliance of Civilizations to show this partnership with the BMW Group. And if I like competition, as I do, I hope others will follow BMW Group with more awards and more young people with innovative projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I stay?
Right over there.
Okay. In the chairs?
On the stairs. Daniel will help you. President Sampaio, thank you so much. Something that President Sampaio said reminded me of a quote from Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who said that building peace is not only about negotiations at the top, it's about what happens on the ground in the daily lives of people. And these initiatives, these amazing activists that you're going to hear from in just a moment are working on the grounds directly with people. So without any further ado, I would now like to welcome to the stage Mr. Barry Van Driel, the head of the jury, who will share a few words and give out the awards for honorable mentions. Barry?
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, audience. As head of the jury, I want to say that the jury is comprised of 5 people from 5 continents, and we are gender balanced. More women than men, as a matter of fact. And I think I speak for the entire jury if I say that going through all these different applications, that each one of us who have been involved in this field for several decades, we're not only impressed by the quality of the submissions that we were able to read through, but more than that, in our daily lives, working oftentimes for NGOs, working as academics, most of the time we spend that doing bureaucratic work, logistical work. And I think I've been on the jury for 3 years now that I can truly say that every year I look forward to getting the applications for this award, because this is what provides us in the field, who have been in this field for decades, with the inspiration to go on, to continue our work, to get new ideas. Each one of these 10 finalists have given us new ideas that we hope we can also, in our own work, apply in the future. So as they do come on stage, I want you to remember, as jury members, we all have this experience, how much sacrifice, how many sleepless nights go into this work, and how committed each one of these applicants is to trying to create a better world. So I'm going to now be the last person to speak before the actual awards are given. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Chris one more time. Thank you.
Barry, if you could just wait behind the seats. Stand up. Before we give out the honorable mentions, I would like to call to the stage 2 very people who made this entire night possible, who are going to share a few words, and then I promise we will get to the awards. First, His Excellency Nassir Abdulaziz Al-Nasser, United Nations High Representative for the Alliance of Civilizations, and Bill McAndrews, Vice President of Communications for the BMW Group, who will share a few words.
Good evening, Your Excellency, Vice Chancellor, Mr. Michael Spengler, Your Excellency, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the United Nations, and Your Excellency, President Sampaio. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to be here today in Vienna At this award ceremony, creativity, commitment, resilience, courage, and passion are all qualities that define the people that will be honored tonight. We often focus our attention on conflicts and suffering. This is necessary. However, we need space for hope and enthusiasm. Today, we celebrate those who believe that a more cohesive and inclusive world is not only possible, but indispensable. Political dialogue and discussions across sectors are all necessary tools to advance the goals of the Alliance. During the forum that starts tomorrow, we will participate in exciting debate, but we need to ensure that this dialogue leads to action that is real and concrete, and make this world better for everyone. The Intercultural Innovation Award is the best example of this commitment to action. Let me thank the BMW Group, and in particular, Mr. Bill McAndrews, for its continued support and strong partnership. Both the Alliance and the BMW Group are committed to helping these winners increase their impact and expand their range of action. Let us all celebrate outstanding achievement and creativity. Let us all get inspired by these champions. And I would like to add my voice to His Excellency, Mr. Ban Ki-moon. We are in a beautiful theater, and I think music will contribute to the work of the Alliance of Civilization, and also to President Sampaio, that we need to see more great companies like BMW to come and support the Alliance, support the peace and stability in the world. I thank you.
Your Excellency, Vice Chancellor Spindelegger, Your Excellency, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, Mrs. Ban, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am truly delighted to be here this evening on behalf of the BMW Group. To begin, I would like to thank President Sampaio for his leadership and his continued support of our partnership. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank and to welcome President Al-Nasser. His enthusiasm and his vision fits perfectly well with the BMW Group, supporting initiatives to help them increase their impact. I see in him someone who is truly committed to engaging the private sector in fulfilling our mutual vision of building better understanding across communities, countries, and nations. The BMW Group is proud to be part of the partnership with the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations. This partnership builds on the BMW Group's longtime focus on intercultural engagement. In fact, this is a field in which we've been working on for over 3 decades. We've continued to place importance on intercultural understanding because it is a driver of greater economic development for companies, societies, and individuals. And as a global enterprise, the BMW Group embraces its responsibility in promoting intercultural dialogue and cultural diversity. We are aware that cultural diversity has not only strengthened our success, but it is also, in fact, the foundation upon which our success is built. The BMW Group is active in 140 markets around the globe. And at our facilities in Munich alone, employees from 90 different nations work together side by side every day. They come from different backgrounds, They come with different cultural perspectives, and together, they drive the success of our company. We are committed to supporting initiatives through this award, which have a long and lasting effect and sustainable positive impact. The awardees last year are testament to this aim of using the award as a catalyst to grow their project and in the process, advance their mission with even greater impact. In this spirit, I wish to congratulate the awardees this year. On behalf of the BMW Group, we look forward to supporting your projects and watching as your ideas turn into accomplishments in the months and years ahead. And we will continue to offer our support, not only today, but tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Are we ready to see these awards? Wow, I don't think we're going to be able to do this ceremony. I don't hear any excitement. Are we ready to see the awards? Thank you. Thank you. As Mr. Al-Nasser pointed out, it's very important that we make connections in this room right now with civil society, foundations, nonprofits, the corporate sector, media, arts. Make connections. When you hear something that inspires you, speak up. Without any further ado, I'd call Mr. Evandriel to the center of the stage to hand out the awards for honorable mentions. In no particular order, we have Mr. Peter Musafariadis with Cultural Infusion. Mr. Charles Otieno Ongo with Film Aid. Dr. Ishtvat Tarosi, ID Research. Mr. Bruno De Cuculier, Search for Common Ground. And Ms. Ayalat Arel and Mr. Ahmed El Jafari with the Parents Circle Families Forum. Please give them each a round of applause. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'd like to ask the winners to actually, all the awardees, if you can stay on stage. We're now going to show a short video, which nobody has seen yet, that highlights the amazing work of these initiatives. Can we see the video?
Sound infusion is one of the tools that Cultural Infusion uses as a means of being able to build people's cultural literacies and their intercultural understanding. So the children and people can come along and use this tool. They can discover different music from all over the world and then discover those cultures, and then they can exchange that music, exchange ideas, and enter into discussion about different parts of the world.
The idea behind the game is to contribute to a more informed society, especially when talking about young people, about migrants, migrant communities, migrant cultures, and integration in that respect, and to contribute to a more successful integration process, for instance, in my country and even beyond. And Immigropoly can help educate, and the younger the better, meaning the younger age they can start their education in a playful way, the better the chances we can have to foster these successful managers for the future.
We train people strategically from the different communities and bring them together, give them the skills ranging from leadership skills. You also give them video facilitation skills, so they are able also to just take the content that they've made and bring it back to their own communities. When we teach the young people and give them the camera, they've learned the art of using, they can dream again, and I think it's extraordinary and direct. they can't tell their stories is incredible.
We're working with young Moroccans and young migrants to teach them how to make videos. They use these skills to create videos that would show some of the realities that they go through. What happens when they get deported? Why did you come here? What can be taught from one culture to the other? So all of these messages are then spread towards the people living in the cities or watching them on YouTube.
The idea was that we could actually show the world that in the Middle East and North African region, videos can be used constructive approaches to conflict.
My name is Bassam Aramin. I'm 44 years. I live in Anata, East Jerusalem. I lost my 10 years old daughter, Abir.
My name is Robi Damlin, and I joined the Parents Circle after my son David was killed by a Palestinian sniper.
Like in the war, it's space where there's the Palestinian and the Israeli, they can't talk one to another. They just meet in the war or intifada or the violence or the checkpoint. They never meet around the table.
And we try to promote, to start a process of reconciliation between the two nations. That's how people should solve problems, including the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
I would just like to emphasize one more time that each of these activists are working on issues that are very difficult. They're not taking the easy route. They're certainly not doing it for money. They're doing it because they love humanity. And it reminds me of a quote that I once read. I think it was from a Buddhist text, and it said, "The source of all of our unhappiness and all of the world's unhappiness, all of the world's suffering comes from our seeking to make ourselves happy. But on the contrary, the source of all of our happiness and the source of all of the world's happiness comes from our attempting to make others happy." And that's what each of these activists are doing. Let's jump right into the top 5 awardees. 5th place goes to
A big part of our work at Taking It Global is providing a neutral online space for young people to better understand each other's cultures and to collaborate with each other across cultures and regions to really work on addressing some of the major global challenges or conflicts.
Our vision is young people everywhere actively engaged and connected in shaping a more peaceful, inclusive, and sustainable world.
One of the projects we run at Taking It Global is called Deforest Action. We're a global movement of youth in schools taking action on deforestation by raising awareness and raising funds. So we've been raising funds for the last year and a half for a project in Borneo, Indonesia, to help local communities strengthen their capacity to stop deforestation.
Part of the work that we do here at Taking It Global, we really want to showcase the reality of other parts of the world. So we went to Argentina to visit one of our partners for them to make a video and showcase through that what their country is like.
For 4th place, please help me welcome to the stage Jennifer Corriero, Taking It Global.
The world needs people who have hope, vision, empathy, and the ability to transform ideas into reality. This recognition of our work is an expression of your confidence in us and our ability to support young people as social innovators and intercultural communicators. Thank you so much. We look forward to taking this effort further.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask the participants something. This wasn't in the program. I'm going to ask each of the participants who's sitting in the audience right now a yes or no question. I just thought of an idea. 2 questions. They're both yes or no. And you can answer truthfully. I hope that the answer is what I want it to be, so that it looks good on stage. First question. Honestly, does your work inspire you? Does your work bring you joy? Does your work drain you of your energy or give you more energy? Okay, that was supposed to be a yes or no question. I didn't think that one through. The point that I'm making here is that as a candle shares its light, that flame of that candle doesn't grow weaker. It grows stronger, and it helps other candles, it helps other people, other projects grow stronger as well. That's what these initiatives are doing. We will now go to 4th place. And 4th place goes to
during the war between the Muslim rebels and the government, the victims always are the Christians. The result is that our Muslim youth professionals, even though they have the skills, they have the knowledge, even local companies don't hire Muslims because of these biases and prejudices. We recruit Muslim youth volunteers, then we train and place them to Christians or non-Muslims organizations. So with that, we were able to bridge the gap between the cultures.
Fortunately, from the time I placed in the different communities and I called for a meeting, nobody wouldn't listen to me and nobody want to come into my meeting because they might think that I am a Muslim. Maybe there is a stereotype. So when I came into Ungad Kabayan, and it's already no more prejudice and biases in the organization because we work together as Muslim and non-Muslim and harmonious relationship with my co-workers.
For 4th place, let us welcome to the stage Kabamago Gopa volunteers and Mariam Barandia. Congratulations.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening to everyone. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, being one of the top 10 global finalists is already a great honor to us. The effort of the young Muslim volunteers in promoting dialogue, understanding, and development to Muslim and non-Muslim grassroots communities is finally recognized globally. With this award and the winning that we received, will enable to fulfill a dream to put into reality. It has been the goal of Kapamagugopa to replicate the project to other areas in the Philippines, especially to those communities that holds many prejudices and misconceptions about Muslims and Mindanao in general. is because of the lack of knowledge and understanding about the people of Mindanao. With this, I would like to end by saying that volunteerism is peace building itself. Thank you very much.
So much. I asked the Alliance, I said, how important is this award to you? You know, what does it mean? And I don't mean to be stepping on toes and speaking on behalf of the Alliance, but they said, Chris, this is one of our most important operations because it gets right to the ground in the daily lives of people. And I said, well, what's your goal? And someone from the Alliance said, Chris, our goal is not to be needed anymore. We want to help these projects build, scale up, and replicate. And they have proven that by finding new projects every single year. And the history of those projects that have scaled up, replicated, and affected hundreds, if not thousands, is proof of that. For third place, let's go to the video.
Our work is to create partnerships with informal sector recyclers, particularly waste pickers, and find ways in which cities can be more green, more sustainable, and more equitable, and in ways in which all kinds of people can come together, and recycling can be both a bridge and a binder for cities. India is emerging as a rapidly urbanizing country, so we have to find new ways of tying in migration, waste, environment, and communities.
We don't want our children in trash. That is our motto, no child in trash. And we don't want the next generation of waste pickers to come from them. We want them to have white-collar, blue-collar jobs.
Third place goes to Chintan Environmental Research and Action Group, Ms. Bharati Chaturvedi. Congratulations.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for acknowledging 20 million waste pickers of the world. Chintan uses waste recycling as a bridge to connect our Delhi's huge, expanding, and consuming middle classes to really poor, stigmatized, marginalized waste pickers who recycle all their waste for free. But I really believe that all of us really have to say a big thank you, not only to waste pickers, but migrants whose contribution to our cities make our urban lives so much richer. Thank you.
Thank you. I love coming to these forums because I learn so much. In fact, I think I learned more in the past 20 minutes than in my entire senior year of high school. However, learning and knowing is not enough. And as my good friend, some of you may know him, Bruce Lee, once said, knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. So as we leave here tonight, let's remember what we saw and let's take action on it, myself included. For second place, let's go straight to the video.
We make sure that the books that we produce here in Italy are sold at a fair price and that proceeds from sales are invested in free educational activities and materials in developing countries. Planning, starting with training youth many years ago and then ending up in Afghanistan working on books to empower children and communities, and then deciding to switch to publishing altogether. It's basically a lot of different issues, a lot of different interests, and a lot of different passions combining into one project that is Planning. It really feels great when you see children reading your comics because it really makes you feel and understand that your work is much needed and gives children the chance to explore their potential and develop ideas to change their lives and their village. So it's just great.
And second place goes to Miss Celine Biffy with Planning.
Wow, I'm deeply moved and very honored to be here tonight with you. Planning actually got its start from a very difficult experience in Afghanistan. I was spared by a twist of luck while my UN colleagues got killed in the attack that took place against the UN delegation on the 28th of October 2009. That experience actually inspired me to start Planning as a way to leverage culture, to actually inspire people to go beyond their own features, their own culture, and try to create a more cohesive and integrated society. This award is a great encouragement to our work in Italy and India, and as of next week, we are actually back in Afghanistan. Thank you so much.
Celine, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that very moving story, and it reminds me of something that I think each of these awardees share, and what has enabled them to climb to the top of over 500 applications from around the world, including myself. I was rejected. Just kidding. I'm not kidding. What has inspired them is their passion, is their reason, is their why, and I'm sure every single one of these awardees, just as Celine has shared, has such a deeply moving story that inspires them that there is no obstacle that can stand in their way that they will not scale up, replicate, and truly make an impact. Before we go to the first prize video, I wanted to share a quote from Bruce Lee. No, I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's go straight to the first place video, please.
Puerto Joven is an organization where we as young people work with other young people to facilitate access to technology, art, and to encourage greater cultural development. We organized a workshop where, working mainly with video, we tried to empower the youth, to create with purpose, based on the youth-to-youth philosophy. The goal here is to create social messages in order to be able to positively influence their lives and communities.
Mexico jekli tlasotli nimikizweka te watsin tlatomenico shitika wawakalishnikanka tlatome nikoshitika wawakalishnikanka.
Liu is trying to make proud of the people here that they can speak in the native languages here in Mexico. With Puerta Joven, we are trying to rescue this with the young people, feeling proud about this.
Can we please have Mr. Aldo Arce? Mr. Aldo Arce. Before we have Mr. Aldo Arce to the stage, I'm going to have him help me welcome to the stage a very special guest who will present him with his award. Please help me welcome the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon.
So this dream started with someone when I was 18 years old told me to be successful in this modern world you have to forget your roots. And that story and those words have been always on my mind. And I think talents, our skills are in every culture, every religion, every country, every community. They are everywhere in the world distributed. But opportunities, there are not. Opportunities and the peace to flourish these skills and this talent are not. So what it means, intercultural dialogue, is to build this peace that the talent needs to grow up and to be successful. But also don't forget who you are to be successful, maintain your roots, because for me, culture defines who you are, where you come from, but the access to technology and education defines where you can go to. So that's what I did to this project, and that's why I achieved. And I just want to end my speech giving a special thanks to the government of Spain, who was the first international agency to support this young organization, to support us as young people. So I will just say, please, UN system, international agencies, government, believe more in us as young people, trust more in us, not only as beneficiaries, but as well as leaders.
I think we should have all of the awardees. High Representative Mr. Al-Nasser, Mr. McGowan, please join for a group picture. Is it okay if we take a picture? Can everyone stay for a minute? Yes? Good. What's that? A surprise guest. I have everyone right here. I can't, you want me to interrupt it? They're listening to me right now. What do you? I'm sorry, I'm getting yelled at by my superiors. It seems we have a surprise guest. Oh, really? Oh, yes. I would like to bring him to the stage. Can we please welcome to the stage, for one final picture, Mr. Placido Domingo. Let's have everyone on stage give a round of applause to the audience, which this would not be possible without. Thank you so much for your time and generosity. Thank you.